Good afternoon. Welcome to Mooresville, North Carolina. Today is day 2 of Next Level 2020. It's been a great turnout. We've had a lot of machine demos, a lot of customers interested in equipment, and a lot of tired feet. Again, Friday afternoon, so please hang in there for a few more hours with us. My name is Michael Cassell, and I'm the Senior Product Specialist here at Holz-Her. Today I'm going to talk to you about the latest in automation from the Holz-Her product line, and that's the StoreMaster system. The key question with the StoreMaster is your production up and running, or are you still searching for your panels? The StoreMaster is designed to provide the next phase in automation, and it addresses 2 major issues. The first being inventory storage and optimization of the inventory. The second function is panel delivery, which is required for your production machinery. Each system is custom designed and engineered to optimize the available space and maximum efficiency and productivity of your facility. The system has rigid steel runways and a single-piece cross beam. It's got a vacuum-active manipulator with a wide range of vacuum connections based on your application and based on material. We can have stationary incoming or outgoing stations, conveyored infeeds for automated feeding of loaders. For large inventory systems, we can offer multiple manipulators, and we can even offer a double-decker system. The StoreMaster is available for the entire product range and customer range that we deal with. Even small workshops can save time and money and reduce the stress on the operator. The key benefits of the system is an increased productivity of the machine, because with the system, as we'll demonstrate, there's always a sheet in the queue. Your machine is never waiting on material. That's the key function, and that's where you get the productivity improvement, because your machine is constantly running and the next sheet of material is always available. We're going to provide automatic supply to the machine, simple completion of the cutting list or the programming list that sent the information to the storage system. We're going to eliminate forklift traffic around the machine. Another benefit is you could have a reduction in personnel. Complete resource of information of inventory. The system knows exactly what's in stock. We can set min-max levels of our inventory, and then you're alerted when we reach the minimum level. We find in a lot of cases, our customers can actually reduce the amount of inventory that they have on hand simply because they know what they have on hand. In a lot of situations, and this may be common in your facility, don't forget, we got that big job coming up in 2 weeks. Do we have enough material? I don't know. Why don't you order a couple more bunks? With StoreMaster, I can simply go to the PC, pull up my inventory information, and I know that I have 163 sheets of that material, more than enough to run that particular job. We have complete information on inventory. If I want to purge the system out, I can say, give me a list of all the material that's been in stock for over 6 months. I can then remove that from it. If I have material in stock for a particular project, and that project is now completed, I can go ahead, identify that SKU, and have that material pulled out of the system. We're going to have a reduction in material costs. We're no longer going to damage boards. Many customers that I talk to tell me that they experience approximately 1 damaged board per bunk. The boards get clipped with a forklift, they get banged into with the forklift trucks or the forks, the bottom sheet gets banged into with a fork. All that is prevented with the StoreMaster system. We get better utilization of the facility because we have the ability to stack the sheets within 70 millimeters of each other. So no, we are no longer reserving wide aisleways to get the forklifts in and around. And it provides just a much more efficient use of your real estate. We said that the first benefit with the system is in inventory management. The way the system is going to work is we're going to have our incoming material. The forklift will unload it from the truck. It's going to bring it to a loading station. The loading station is protected by a safety light beam. So the forklift operator is going to get off the truck, turn off the light beam. That now protects the area. Goes to the system computer, scrolls down, finds that SKU, enters in the quantity of material to be placed into inventory, steps out of the area, activates the safety light beam, and now the StoreMaster is going to take that material and put it into inventory. We can also utilize barcode scanning if we can have the material labeled with the appropriate and matching product description that's in the computer. Now the operator could just scan the barcode, all that data is placed into the system, and the StoreMaster will then put that material into inventory. The system is going to also optimize the storage of the area. It starts looking at your consumption data, and over time, it may start moving bunks of material and sheets of material around the system. Basically what's happened is the system has reviewed your consumption data and says you're using this material a lot more than you thought you were. So we're going to start spreading it around, or we're going to move it up to the front of the system so we can reduce the travel time of the system. As I said, we can establish min-max levels of our inventory and then be alerted when we reach the reorder point. We can purge the older material, as we said. The system can also be utilized to store and retrieve drops. We can store in the system a drop larger than 5 foot by 2 foot. So we'll have the drops, we'll enter that information into the system PC of the dimensions, we'll put it in the load station, and the system will then take that drop and put it into inventory. When a job is called up on the beam saw or the CNC, it's going to first check the list of inventory it has, and if it has a drop that will be able to accommodate that job, it will pull it out. We're able to store drops and not tip them over because everything is placed into inventory based off the center point of the panel. So that's why we can put mixed sizes in and not have them fall. The system is going to do weight and measurement verification. When we set up a new SKU in the computer, we're going to give it our material description. We're going to give it the appropriate dimensional data. The system is then going to lift the panel, and it's going to do a weight analysis. It's going to take that data, and it's going to place it in the appropriate field. Now, when we call that SKU, either to go into inventory or to come from inventory to the machine, once the system lifts that panel, it's going to do a quick weight analysis. If the panels are too heavy, it's going to place it right back down, release the vacuum, attempt to do it again. This is especially important when we're doing MDF. Because of the porosity of the MDF, we could have a situation where we actually pick up 2 panels. We also use this a lot if we're doing plastic material. Again, they have a tendency to stick. If we are doing plastic or thin materials, we also have a function within the system that we can activate where actually the manipulator is going to slew. It's going to pick up the 2 outside edges, pop the material, release it from the bottom sheet, and then put it into inventory. The system also has panel rotation correction. If for some reason the forklift operator has delivered the material to the in-feed station and has it cocked, when we do the measurement verification with the fiber optic in X and Y, it's going to analyze that angle and it's going to give us an angle correction. So it may be crooked when it goes into the incoming station, but when it gets placed into inventory, that angle is going to be corrected and we'll put it in. And we get a pretty nice clean line. The system has the ability to stack material about 1.8 meters or about 71 inches, about 6 foot. If we're using 3/4 material, that's going to allow us to have about 100 sheets in each stack. We stack our material within 70 millimeters or about 3 inches of each other. So again, very, very effective utilization of the space, and we all know how expensive real estate is. We can also identify the bunks, and we can name them either dedicated to a specific material, and only that material can go into that bunk, or we can also utilize chaotic stacking, where then we can mix materials within a stack of material. Again, this is an intelligent system. It knows that that odd sheet of blue melamine is in stack number 7, and it's the 3rd sheet down. The system will also do a panel optimization function, or what we call a look-ahead feature. It will look at all the jobs that have been loaded into the job manager. It will pull the sheet and place it in position for the next job, and then it will go back into the system. It will start moving the panels around for the remainder of the job list so they're all optimized or they're brought to a higher level so we don't lose time by having to dig down into a stack. All the stacks that we need, all the sheets we need, are going to be optimized in their placement within the system. We talked about inventory, again, in inventory management. As I said, we get automated stack optimization based on our consumption statistics. So it's going to start moving material, as we said. We may be using material, and it may decide, I need to have more of this material on top of more bunks. And again, it will reorganize that. We have a priority controlled workflow. If we brought material into inventory to be placed into inventory, the system is putting inventory away. Once a job gets called up by either the beam saw, the computer, or the CNC machine, the top priority is to feed the machine. So the system will stop putting material back into inventory, we'll get the panel that the machine has called for, and we'll get it to the machine. That's our top priority. As I said, we can do drop management. We can also identify stacks to be covered or protective. This is common in Europe, where many of the storage areas are being lit with skylights for energy efficiency. And you may have a sensitive material, it may be sensitive to light, it may be sensitive to dust, it may be an expensive veneer. I can identify that stack number 19, to always have a cover sheet on it. So we could have a sheet of Luan on there. When we need a sheet of material from that stack, the system is going to remove the cover stack, take the material it needs out, come back and put the cover sheet back on. We can provide a software connection either at the station, at the CNC or the beam saw, or a connection in the office where the material can be maintained and ordered from the office. We can integrate the system, the storage system PC, with the network, and that data is available on any other network PC. And of course, we also provide remote maintenance via the internet. The second function that we talked about is in the area of machine loading. This is one of the key features of the system. The system ensures that the machine is always being fed. This is the key to the system. We want to eliminate the machine waiting on material. That is non-productive time. And by ensuring that the sheet is always there in the queue, we're going to greatly increase our machine's productivity. We can provide a significant increase in daily throughput by not adding machines, not adding people, but by automating the loading and unloading of the system. The system can also benefit on non-Holz-Her machines or machines without loading systems. We can place an order for the material that we want in the order that we want. We can build a rainbow stack, and now that can be transported by forklift to either a manual machine or a non-Holz-Her machine. Here we're showing the system. We're going to call up a program from the CNC machine. The StoreMaster is going to retrieve the material. There's our measurement. We're doing a panel rotation. It now lowers it onto the in-feed table at the CNC machine, places it up against the side fence. A conveyor belt under the table is going to kick up, and now it's going to drive the panel to a positioning station. When it drives up, it's going to break a light beam. That is then going to send a signal to the CNC machine that the next job is in the next sheet is in the queue. At the completion of the machining cycle, the CNC machine will come down, the cups will pick up the next sheet, It will then lower the pusher blade. Now it's going to move. It's going to push the cut parts off, sweep and vacuum off the spoil board, bring the next new sheet into place it against the back fence accurately, turn on the vacuum, and continue to run the cycle. The system will then come back into inventory and now get the next sheet. So we always have that next sheet in the queue. Again, the StoreMaster represents the latest in automation from Holz-Her. There's a tremendous amount of interest out there. We are constantly busy with many projects. The StoreMaster can be used for sheet goods. We can also look at solid wood applications. We're doing a significant amount of business with millwork distributors, handling their inventory of doors and doing order fulfillment from that inventory. The system can also handle glass. It can handle sheet metal. It can handle drywall. They've done concrete panels. It's really a wide application for the system. I appreciate your time. Feel free to contact me directly or contact your local Holz-Her representative and let us show you how the StoreMaster system can increase your productivity.